welcome to Main Street Gardener, and welcome to my little floral studio out at the back of my garden property. So just want to first and foremost wish all of you a wonderful holiday season and truly a happy new year, especially a new year out in the garden. So today, I know everybody on YouTube does their favorite garden or holiday gift ideas, and yes, I'm going to join the party. So I actually love to do holiday gift guides. I do one for my photography business every year, and it's so much fun, and people love to get it in their mailbox. So today, I thought I would just share with you my tried and true. These are items that I use in the garden all the time. They're also ideas for you beyond commercial things that you can purchase. So I absolutely love, love, love to find vintage items to use in my garden and in my home. So I'm just going to give you a few ideas today for that as well. And so these are items that are different price ranges. They can all be found at the QR link, as well as some of my other favorite items, which are all on my Amazon store. Now, if it's not an Amazon item and I can find a link, I will include it in the description of the video. So let's get started. This is going to be probably short and sweet, but I'm hoping maybe you get some new ideas and just enjoy being in my studio right now. And then we're going to head outside in just a minute. All right, so to get started, I've got a table full of items, and there are several that are just must-have garden items. So I'm going to have a sip of tea, and we're going to jump right in. Okay, so first on my list are products by the company called Bare Bones. I've been using Bare Bone products for a long time, and my husband loves to shop there. So if you need to give a hubby or partner on your list some ideas, this was my first Hori Hori knife, and this is from Bare Bones. I have two other Hori Horis, and I have to tell you, I have small hands. Their grip is the absolute best. I also have never cut myself on theirs, and I think it's because it has this really large base. I actually have a slice on my finger right now from using one of my other Hori Horis where it's flat and my hand kind of slipped and I cut my hand. So you can see this one's well used. The other thing I like, it has this metal on the bottom. You can actually hammer or tap. It has the wire cutter, so if you're out using something where you need to cut twine. It has the measuring lines for bulbs. I use it to weed. I use it to pull out dead plants. I'll be using it just in a little while to clean out some containers. It's my favorite, and sometimes it goes missing in the garden, but it is by Bare Bones. It's wood, it's constructed. I've had this one for 4 years, and I love it. So the other thing that is just a fun thing is this lantern by Bare Bones. Now, it is a rechargeable, so it's got a rechargeable plug. I think it also has batteries, and it just pops on. It has different strength, but if you have to walk maybe from, like I do, my floral shed out to the house, or if you have a sitting area and you want something that's portable and really easy to use, I love this. My husband got it for me. I think it is so cute, and I do use it out here a lot. It can also be hung. So if you're real outdoorsy, even if you camp, this is a really fun one, and I have enjoyed having it and using it out here in my little studio. All right, so let me tell you some other practical items. So next would be, I found this, it looks kind of vintage, but it's not. It is metal, but it is a twine, and it's supposed to go through the hole here. It's a twine holder, and it comes with this large container of twine. And you can actually, I think you're supposed to be able to cut it here, but I haven't had that luck with it. I think I've got mine all twisted up, but it untwines as you pull it, which is great. So I just like it because it's neat. I can grab it and take it to the garden, and I don't lose it because it's so large. During the growing season, I actually keep it out on a table near my raised beds. So that is one that I have definitely loved and think would be a great little hostess gift or small stocking gift. All right, so if you love cut flowers and arranging flowers as much as I do, I have an idea for you that you can get new off of like Amazon, or you can actually find in vintage stores. And that are flower frogs or they're like flower holders. So I found some of these, they are vintage or older. They probably came from a florist company, flower pin frogs. These are where your flowers stick down in them. They are sharp. And these two are my favorite. This one was made in Japan, and it is a super large one, and I love it. Now let me show you some others that I have. And again, I'll have links to as many of these as I can find. But recently, I've been visiting some antique stores over the past 6 months, and they always have a lot of these antique flower frogs or pin frogs. Now they've gone up in price quite a bit, but they are kind of a collector's item. And if someone you know loves arranging flowers and cutting flowers, it might be a really special, nice gift you could put in a little pretty package. Now, let me show you a couple more. So another idea for you, if you like vintage antique things, would be to find a container at a local vintage store. So this is like an old basket, almost like a lunchbox. It's got wood handles. I love the blue and white. Now the top is getting a little rusty, but I love it. So inside I store and keep all of my little flower containers. So in here I have several that I have collected from vintage places, and these are all metal. I love these because they have the large holes, which work great for plants like dahlias. Now this one is one of my favorites. It was a real find. I got it, it was $20, but it comes in a green, this is all metal. And then there's the flower pin inside. The great thing about this is you can set it, you could do the flowers, put a little water, and then you can sit it in another container. You could sit it in a bowl, but I like that it's got the, a little bit more of a protected container around it. Now, some others that I've picked up, this design, this comes in an oval and a circle. It's actually from a company that is local here in outside my county, and it's called Hope Flower Farm. And the owner, Holly, is a floral designer. She's a wedding artist. She's amazing. She's known worldwide, and she has a little store, and she created her own flower holders. She has this one and a circle one. It's somewhere around here. I may have actually used it on my last arrangement. I'm going to include a link to her website in the description of the video because she also sells them with beautiful containers and they're custom. So I think those are great. And then I've got some smaller ones that I've picked up. So just an option, you can find things online. You can find them at vintage stores, and they make just a great gift for the flower lover in your life. All right, let's move on to the next items. Okay, so I've got a few more things on the table I want to show you, and then we're going to go out to the garden, and I'm just going to walk and show you a few of my favorite items that I think would make amazing gifts. Okay, so next up, I absolutely love this set. These are, they're not too delicate. They're little white and they're matte. So you do have to make sure they don't get too dirty. Mine need to be washed. They've been out here for a while. But it is a set, and I think there's, let's see, how many's in the set? 6, probably 9. See if I can fit that one back in. So I'll show them to you here. And mine are dirty, so don't mind that. But you can see this set, I just love them. There's all different sizes. They all come together. They're beautifully wrapped, and they're so fun because you can put single buds in them. You could put little pieces of fern. You could put dried flowers, and then some of them are a little larger. So it's a beautiful set. It can go in a windowsill. It'd be great for someone who's in an apartment. I was even thinking for my mom to be able to put some little cut. She grows African violets, or if I bring her some flowers. So I love, love, love this set. I have a glass set that's similar, but I love this one because of the matte finish and the white. It just goes with everything, and they're very kind of modern, but also vintage looking. So that will be linked below. Now, something else that I searched high and low for last year were these little cloches that have a base. And you can see this one's dirty. So I had filled these with everything, you name it. I've done dried flowers. I've done soaps in a bathroom. I've done some cut flowers. Last year I did moss with little Christmas trees. And they come in different sizes. So these are just fun little trinkets. I think for someone that loves gardening and maybe wants to put a little pen frog with some buds or especially dried flowers, they would be beautiful. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to have seen it yet, I recently found a huge one on Amazon. I'll include that link in my holiday guide, and I did a full floral display in it. I'll also pop up a picture so you can see it. But if you just want a little trinket, something simple, I think these could be really beautiful. Now, I also have 2 book recommendations. So my first is a book that I found last year, and I have loved it. And I'm actually it's been out here, it's a little dusty. I'm gonna take it inside and clean it up. And I am going to commit to kind of keeping this out in my book area and flipping to a different page, a different floral design monthly, because this book has so much inspiration for the flower lovers on your list. So this book is by Lindsay Taylor, and it's absolutely amazing because what Lindsay did is she went and looked at artists. So she would go to museums in New York City. She would have an image of the picture, and then she would create a floral design to mimic it. And it's so fun to read the descriptions of what she did, what inspired her, the colors. And if you like art like I do, I just find it really inspiring. So there's one that's kind of Japanese, and then you can see her print. So it's a beautiful book. It's a great, great gift for someone. Lindsay did an article for, I think, the Wall Street Journal. I may have that wrong, for several years, and you can still find her post online. So there are things that are very modern and interesting, like this picture. And then, get my nails to work. Here was her inspiration for it. And what's great is she talks about how she decided on the colors, the texture, the form. And I think you can learn a lot about floral design through a book like this. So I love art and flower. I think it's great for someone who's maybe getting into floral design or loves art and flowers. So highly recommend. And the next one, my book, is very used and dirty because I use it for photography. This came out last year in the fall, and it is still The Art of Noticing by Mary Jo Hoffman. So if you love nature, and I assume you do, being a gardener and watching a garden channel, this book is just absolutely beautiful. It is just filled, I've got some pages marked, with Mary Jo's collections of items that she found in nature. So she would take a walk daily, find any item out in nature, all seasons of the year, and she would photograph them on these beautiful flat lay designs. And they are so inspirational. I just think they're incredible. She's very artistic, and the book has just been so well received. You can see she even has some fruit and veg. And I think it's artistic. It's about the art of noticing. I think it's also a book that you could appreciate and just kind of look at, and again, maybe keep on your book table and flip to different pages each week and just be so inspired. So if you have someone who loves nature, who loves still life, and wants some inspiration, I highly recommend this book by Mary Jo Hoffman. She is an amazing, amazing artist, and just her story of being still and appreciating nature and being consistent in her practice really spoke to me. So I hope you like that one. All right, I'm gonna grab my tea. We're gonna go walk through the garden. I have just a couple things out there that I thought I'd show you. I don't think there's anything else in here today, but I wanted to walk you out and show you just a couple items, some bigger items, some vintage items, and then we will wrap. So let's get started. It's a gorgeous afternoon. So I thought we'd start up here today at the raised bed garden, and I cannot say enough great things about the products at Vigo Garden. So Vigo is where I have my metal boxes, and I have a small one, the large one. I've had some of their other size, and I just love them. If you have a gardener on your list that is wanting to add some raised beds, maybe your spouse is wanting to, or your partner, a gift certificate to Vigo would be amazing. Now, they are not sponsoring this ad. They have amazing holiday specials, so just check them out. But one of the things that I really like that Vigo did this year is they've launched their seed starting materials. And these are the trays. Now, I talked about these in another video, but the trays with the grow light would make an amazing gift. Now, these are baby seedlings that I started that I'm keeping outdoors, and I'll let you see the little seedlings have popped up. So these are snapdragons that will be ready for next spring. Now, once we get super cold, I will probably bring these down and keep them inside for a little while, but I've been just letting them stay out here and get the sunlight, the water, and they're just doing fine. These can be used, of course, indoors with grow lights. What I love about Vigo's seed starting kit is the size of the container. It's got air for roots to grow. You can basically put a seedling in and let it grow until it's large enough to come outside. Often when I use smaller seed trays, I have to pop them out into larger containers. And with these, you don't. They're actually very heavy. So very sturdy. They have a tray that comes with them. They have grow lights, the whole shebang. So check out Vigo's seed starting products. I absolutely, really love them. All right, let's take a walk to some other areas. So if you haven't already invested in a HoseLink hose reel, the automatic reel, or there are other brands that have them, but I have to say I have two of these HoseLink. This one is ready to come inside. We just haven't unhooked it yet. But these are the retractable hoses, and then you just pull and they come back in. I have this one up here at the driveway so I can go to the back of my garden. I can go into the garden. I've had it now for 4 years. It has held up tremendously. I have two. I have one down on my patio. I don't think a garden can have enough of these because they do retract and make it so easy. So this would be a more expensive gift, but it is something that if you notice your friend or a family member having to take those cords in and out and wrap them up, you may want to consider a HoseLink. So they also have other products on their site. I know they also have the hose attachments. They have a sprinkler attachment. So lots of goodies, and they are just kind of a household great brand. So I highly recommend them. So I just recently was sent this gorgeous wind spinner, and I will include the link to it from Cyan Oasis, and I do have a discount code that you can use. These are amazing gifts. They come packaged flat, so easy to put together, and they just bring beauty to any garden. They have tons of designs. They have tulips and dahlias and ferns and leaves, and I just think they're so pretty. So I wanted to show it to you while it was spinning today. I will include the discount code in the link, and I'll try to pop it on the screen. But they are fantastic and a really good price point. They're not super heavy, but it has withstood the wind. Mine is leaning just a little. I had a feeling it would. I'm gonna get my husband to get it a little bit deeper in the ground, but it's doing amazing. So I think another great gift idea would be, of course, any kind of terracotta. If you can pick up a house plant or a gift certificate to a local garden center to support small businesses, but you just can't go wrong with terracotta. So I thought since it was sitting here, I would show you. But another idea is I've been visiting again some vintage stores, and you see these old watering cans in a lot of places. And I have to tell you, I got this one a while back. They're not super inexpensive, but it's galvanized. It is gonna last and last. And I love it. It is my favorite watering can to use. It does have where I can spin the top off, and I would check for that because they can get clogged. So you just want to be able to get anything out of it and clean it. I can hear something in mine, but I love it. And so I think if you have someone on your list who loves vintage items, go to some of your antique stores. These are out everywhere. I'm sure you can find one online, maybe on Etsy, but shipping's probably pretty hard right now. But I just wanted to recommend this as an option that you could consider. Okay, so as we wrap today, I wanted to also give you one more vintage idea, and that is a vintage toolbox. So again, when you go to a vintage or antique store, you can find stacks and stacks of old toolboxes. This one is one that I just love. It does have a little handle, the latch works. It's in pretty good shape. I probably need to maybe give it a good coat of paint, but I love the rusted quality. Oh, it is shedding a little bit. So yeah, maybe I'll work on that. But what I use it for is to store my clippers. So I've got all my little Felcos, which, boy, these need a cleaning job. So a cleaning Felco kit would be very handy if you have someone in your life. I also will throw my Hori Hori in here. The other reason I like it is the lid closes. So I have little friends all over the neighborhood, and they will come to visit me in the garden. They love to come in here. And I just like knowing that at least it's not out in front of them. So if you have grandchildren or little siblings or kids, you know, I think it's just nice not to have things in hand's reach. So I do try to keep them in here and keep the lid on. So just another handy idea, something that you can consider if you love to shop for used vintage items. All right, so as we wrap today, I want to tell you about my all-time favorite holiday or even birthday gift for a flower lover and a gardener is a dried flower press. So this one was actually a gift this year from my mom. It's got sticky all over it. It's a pretty good size. I think it's much better than those small ones. It holds a lot of flowers, and I have so enjoyed it. I used it twice because I got it towards the end of the season, and probably in January, I'm gonna sit down and make some beautiful framed art prints with the flowers that I dried. It was so fun, so easy to put together, and so easy to use. So for the gardener in your life that also maybe likes crafts, likes projects, and would want to put some of their flowers into art pieces, this would be an amazing gift. If you have a teenager that loves flowers, if you have someone older, this is easy to use. So you could even bring them bouquets of flowers and let them put it together. So I love this one. It is linked. There are tons of them online that you can find, but I've been pleased with this one. It's sturdy. It has this beautiful top, and this one is by a company, ABOOFX, ABOOFX. Again, the links will be in the description and on the QR code. All right, so I'm going to put that one down. So thank you again for watching today. I hope you got some fresh ideas for the holidays or for just gift giving in general for gardeners. Some of my favorite handy tools, great stocking stuffers, and some vintage finds. So again, best wishes to you and your family for a wonderful holiday season, and I can't wait to see you in the garden in the new year. Bye, everybody.